Hello, hello, hello everybody. How are we? We have been having a crazy mad time behind the scenes here trying to be ready for you guys. But we're here, we're ready. Hello Alison, how are you? Lovely to see you today. So we are live as always on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. So whatever platform you're on, lovely to have you here and to say hi. And we have some wee goodies, which I'm so excited about. These have been in my head for so long, so it's nice to finally do them. They've literally just arrived. The design team haven't even seen them yet. But I was so excited, I just wanted to get them out there. Hello Caroline, hello Pauline, hello Sue. Lovely to have you with us. Now I'm just going to see if I can alter something. Hello Tracy, how are you? I have no idea if, Alistair, if you have tuned in on Instagram, but I can't see the comments. I've done what I'm supposed to do, but I can't see the comments. So if you're on Instagram, I do apologise. I will try and get that quickly show us all. I will get to it, don't you worry. I'm hoping, I can't even see who's on. Hang on guys, just a second. I just want to check something. Aha, okay. Sorry guys. Now I've got to remember which button I'm pressing. Okay, it's all sorted. I fixed it myself. I fixed technology myself. I'm so excited. Right, okay. Hello Alison, I can now see everybody on Instagram. Sorry about that, I did something wrong, but I'm just getting used to that side. Hello Kate, hello Christine, how are we all today? So, hello Missing 4. Right, so these are very basic, simple stencils. They're nothing fancy, but they're the sort that I'm sure you're going to reach for them time and time again because, you know, they're just incredibly, incredibly useful. I'll show you what I mean in a moment as we play. So basically what we have is we have all the playing cards and we have these as both the stencil and the mask. Now for you guys that are live, hello Michelle, lovely to see you. Hello Colorific Designs. Lovely to see everybody. Right, okay, so there's a discount which I'm going to tell you because it's only available to you guys that are watching live, okay? I'm not going to put it anywhere else, so it's a bonus for you joining me or watching the replay. So if you type in capitals live, L-I-V-E, 15, then you'll get a 15% discount and that lasts until Thursday. So the first one, hello. See, this is why I wanted this, because I was thinking, you know how much I'm obsessed by Alice in Wonderland, that you could have little windows into Alice in Wonderland. So we have the stencil and the mask for the club. I will show you how useful these are in a minute. Hello Lisa, how are you? Okay, then we have the heart. I guess you know what's going to come here. So I've actually got 5 stencils, even though it's a suite of cards, we do have 5 stencils. So this is the heart. Hello Alison, I hope you have a big stock because you're going to have to wait. Oh, we don't have a huge stock, but hopefully it'll last. Okay, we have the spades as well. And then we have the diamonds. So I will, as I said, we will have a little play with these in just a minute. So, and then we will try and make a journal page. And then I have what I'm calling the sweet or sprinkle suite. So we've got all the hearts, clubs and diamonds, but we started off sort of heavy and then it's going lesser. Hello Alistair, I managed to fix a thing all by myself. I'm very proud of myself. Okay, there we go. So that is... Do you love them? Oh, that's good. So this is the new stencils. As I said, 15% off until Thursday using the code live 15. If there's any issues with that, it's because I've been rushing it. I literally ran down to start this live 2 minutes ago. It's been a busy old day. I got myself caught in a chair there. It's been a busy old day. I have been at a residential home today, a care home, crafting with the residents, which was great fun. But it's thank you, Alistair. Right, so I am going to swizzle you around. We're going to have to do the whole lighting thing, but we will get that sorted. So let's do that. Okay. Thank you, Kate. Okay. It was great fun, and it was so nice because a lot of them were like, well, I don't do art, and they were a little bit resistant. And then there was one lady, poor little sweetheart, she'd forgot her glasses, and she was very upset about the fact that she'd forgot her glasses, and she was wondering if what she was doing was any good whatsoever. And I was like, you've done a great job. And I was like, have you had fun? But it was lovely. We had a lovely little time together. We had a wee cup of tea, and we did some crafting. Right, I'm just going to take out a card. Let's just have a little look at how these work, and I'll show you what I've done in my journal so far. In all honesty, not a huge amount because I've been busy with the old folks today, so I've not had much done. Hello, Jennifer. I know it's the trouble is with Instagram, it shows me your handles rather than your names. Hello, Amy, how are you? So because we have both the stencil and the mask, it means we can get two different looks really easily. Thank you, Christine. And hi, Rebecca. You're an occupational therapist and you loved working with the elderly. Oh, we had a lovely time. We really did. And there was this one there. She was a little dear. And although she was a resident, she was there trying to look after everyone else. She was trying to make them cups of tea and help them, just help them. And she was having a little sing-song. So we were singing Danny Boy whilst having a cup of tea. And so we have our heart. So you have the stencil where we can create a little bit of shadow like so. But then obviously we've got the reverse. So as I said, they're quite simple stencils, but I just think there are so many uses. I've got so many ideas in my head, and we're not going to have time for all of that tonight, but there will be coming. You're recuperating from a kidney transplant. Oh, darling, that's tough. I have kidney problems. I've not had to get to the point of a transplant yet, but yeah, it's not nice. How's it all going? And then, of course, if you get the mask, you get the reverse. Now, that is one way of using them. Another way, let's just flip over is we can just put ink directly onto the stencil. So we'll get so this is almost like, you know, sort of when you clean off your stencils at the end. But we can do the same technique. So let's just give this a little spray. Hello, Judith. Oh, she had a blast. She had a lovely time, I tell you. And she sat and coloured in. So we had three people colouring in, and then a lot of people were using toppers and stickers, and they've all made a few cards, and then they were writing them out to people. It was great. We had a lovely time. So I think I'll be going back at some time. And so you can do it like that, so we get like a really soft watercolour effect. Don't forget with these stencils as well, because they are 350 micron Mylar, as all my stencils are, you will be able to sort of run them through your die cut machine and get an embossed detail as well, which could look really gorgeous. So as I say, this is technically what we normally do when you clean off a stencil, but we can do it as a technique as well, so you can create some really soft effects. So I'll show you what I've done in my journal. And then we will try making a page together. It's been a long journey, but you feel like you've been given a totally new life. Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad that you're on your way to recovery. Right, let's have a little look. Right, I'll show you. I've literally just been playing in the journal. Hang on, which way around are we? Let's see they're all over the place. Right, okay. Yeah. So here, I think this is a really cool background. Here I was literally just testing out the stencils and what they would look like. So I just think that's fab. As a starting point for a background, then we could start stamping some different details and put on some images and things. So we've got that. Also with the diamond one, we can create like a harlequin effect. So that's it as I inked through. But we could also use what I just did with the watercolour effect and have that looking slightly softer. Hello Anuska, how are you? Lovely to have you join us. Thank you, Sue. And then the other thing I did was what we've just done here was that watercolour effect. So sort of same idea, but we've gone for a watercolour effect. So I've only just started playing. It's one of those things that the more I play, the more ideas that we will get. So I want to try, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. Let's just have a play and see what occurs. I have a feeling we might end up doing some colouring, but I'm just hoping that that's just not too long-winded. Funkiness. Yeah, thank you, Judith. Right, so I think I'm going to start with the spade. And I'm going to pop some, actually I'm going to get the yellow one first because it's a lighter colour. And then we might manage to blend it into some greens. So let's just get a little bit of ink on this. Because I'm just wanting to create a soft background. As I said, in my head, I put the wrong lids on. That's not a good start. That's not a good start at all. I've just realised I've not put this extra light on. Let me, if I can find the switch. That's a bit better. Right, so similar to what we did earlier, I'm just going to spray on this and then we'll pop it down. And get a loose watercolour-ish style spade. Hello Sharon, you've joined us on Instagram as well. So if any of my girls, like I do apologise for the photos that are on the website. I've literally run back from the home and got everything up now. So let's pull that up. And we've got a very loose, let's get some of that colour back in. A very loose spade just there. Okay, and let's give that, I kind of want to soften that. I don't want it quite so runny. There we go. And we will grab our heat guns. So if any of my girls are in the chat, which I can see a few of you are, if you don't mind just grabbing a link and popping it in the chat, so that'd be fab. So it's under the stencil section. As I said, it is a discount of live 15 if you want them. And also what I have done is anything that's sort of slightly Alice in Wonderland themed. So we've got the Tea Time dies and the Hattie's Clan stamps. They are now in the clearance section as well. So good day for grabbing yourself a bargain. Right, I'm going to dry this with the heat gun. Hi Bianca, how are you? So for those of you that are listening with headphones, I'm about to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. So there's 16 of you on YouTube. And 9 of you on Facebook. And I can't actually see the numbers on Instagram. But just in case you're wanting to switch it, because I know some of you like to jump around to the different platforms so that you can chat to different people. So just thought I'd let you know. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon's put the link up on Instagram. Thank you very much for that. So I'm just giving this a waft dry. It is curling my page by heating it. So what I'm going to do is just, let's go to the back now. Oh, I've managed to skip a page. That was clever. That was not my intention, but hey ho. Right, so we've got that dry. Hi Bex, how are you? Lovely to have you with us. So now that I've done that, I'm now going to bring the stencil part of it in. And I'm just going to doodle an edge to that. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do that after. Because I'm going to stamp first. You're good. Excellent. So what has everybody been up to today? I am hoping, I've got some photos of the cards that the residents made, and I was asking if I could take photographs of their cards. Obviously, I didn't take photographs of the residents. But we do have, we have pictures of them crafting from their hands down, and we have some of their finished cards. So when I get it all organised, I will sort of share them on social media. There's 10 on Instagram. Thank you, Ali. If anyone's wondering who Gadget Boy is, that's Hubbles. He's just keeping an eye on Instagram for me. Okay, so that was really stupid because I don't want to do that. Sorry guys, I've just realised I picked up the wrong ink because I want to use alcohol markers and pencils, and that would bleed. Let's just take that off, and I'm actually going to go for, I thought I'd picked up my hybrid, so I'm going to go with Hero Arts, this one, because this is a hybrid and you can use any sort of ink with that. Pauline's been making cards and some Easter crackers. Been busy then, Pauline. Okay, so let's stamp her out. Just there, like so. I don't mind her having a blue face, we can fix that, but I thought if we had a big line through her face, that might be a little bit more difficult. You've been at work. You managed the other day to finally get your red squirrels photographed. I just saw that. Oh, thank you, Alison. So Alison's got herself one of them. She's got herself the sprinkle suite. Now, that we've done a dreadful job of stamping here. If that occurred, do you know what I should have done? So the reason that we've done a dreadful job of stamping is I've done that on my book, and it means that all the lumps and bumps from the previous pages have made it a really uneven surface. Had I just used my brain and gone like that, we would have been stamping on an even surface and got a much better impression. But it's okay. We will fix during colouring. Thank you, Bex. This is the Alicia stamp set, and I've literally just put her in the sale. So she is in the clearance section just now. So now that we've done that, let's pull in our, can't find it now, this one, the actual stencil, and now I'm going to draw around it. And we're going to frame up that frame up this guy. You're back to work after 3 weeks off. You were dreading it, but it wasn't as bad as you imagined it to be. Sometimes it's like that, you know, when there's something that we're like really nervous about or really not, and it turns out not to be too bad. And then sometimes the things that you really think you're looking forward to, they end up being a bit disappointing. Right, I'm going to very loosely sketch around this because of course we can use our stencils to doodle. I seem to have moved it about a little bit, but we're going to go for a wiggly squiggly line anyway. I'm just trying to avoid the main image. See, so now we've got that, it suddenly pops. Thank you, Sharon. That's fabulous. Sharon's been popping some links into the box in on Instagram, so thank you very much. I'm just going over that again loosely now. I just find that quite interesting. Now this is as far as I got in my head. I also would love to do one where I almost create a scene in all of the suite, you know, in a Heart Club Spade, on what, maybe like the Pink Pig Big Journal, and I have a scene in each one and then black out the rest of the page. That was kind of what was in my head when I designed it. Hello Julie, lovely to have you with us. Right, so now that I've done that, we will do a little bit of colouring. Because we are going on top of the watercolour and stuff like that, and also time wise for today, I'm going to do what we did the other day. I'm going to block it out with my alcohol marker, and then I'm going to add detail. with my pencils. I could possibly go in with watercolour, but if I was to do that, I'm going to reactivate what's underneath, and it's blue underneath, so I don't particularly want her to have a blue face. So we will just work with what we've got. So I don't mind her having a slightly coloured face. I think that's okay. I am getting a little bit of movement with that ink, so I'm going a little bit carefully, and we'll get the detail in with pencils. I'm just checking the chat. A little pause there. Okay, let's give her the traditional blue Alice dress. So I'm literally just going to block out all of this. I need to buy refills for quite a lot of my Copics. I've gone quiet now. I feel like I can't colour and talk. So I got the wrong ink at the beginning, and there's obviously a little bit of residue. I don't know if you can see that we're getting the black just moving and bleeding there, and that is why you need to use the right ink pad. So you kind of want to use, if you're using your alcohol markers, you want a water-based ink. So if you think of like oil and water and how they resist each other, you want an ink pad that is going to resist the medium. That is really dried out. That is going to resist the medium that you're colouring with. So because I'm colouring with alcohol inks, I needed a water-based ink pad. But I accidentally stamped up with the VersaFine Clear first, and then switched to the Hero Arch, which is a hybrid. To be honest, the hybrids are good, but I don't find them foolproof. But I'm not worrying about it too much, because as I say, we're just blocking out the colours with the alcohol markers. We will get the detail and the shading in with our pencils, so I'll be able to disguise any bleeding at that point. We're just going to have to embrace it and view it as arty. Right, let's give her the traditional, just throwing my pen into water, that's not a good idea, the traditional black and white striped tights. See, I lose the ability to talk when I start crafting. Right, I'll just get some of these little doodles sorted. I see there's a lot of dodgy stamp work going on here and a lot of dodgy bleeding, so we are going to have to fix that as we go, but that's okay. Thank you, Rianne, for sharing the link. Greatly appreciated. Right, let's just block in. Actually, I should make that blonder. Find a pale. You're welcome, Bex. Okay. Let's just get this very briefly coloured in. I am liking what we have got so far. And the thing is, with anything Alice in Wonderland themed, it is a huge source of inspiration to me. I love Alice in Wonderland. I have about 6 Alice in Wonderland collections in my head currently. I just don't want to sort of over-egg the pudding. Hello, Scan and Cut TV. Nice to tell you that I should use my Scan and Cut more. I tell you, I have it, and it's like one of the most expensive ornaments in my craft room. So I need guidance on how to use my Scan and Cut. Right, so that's us just blocked in the colour. Let's do what we did last week and just bring that to life a little bit with our pencil work. So I'm just going to try and tidy my desk somewhat because, look, I'll show you. I'm crafting in a buraq. It's a complete mess, but we'll just do that and make it look nice and clear. And then we will see how we get on. Right. I pull my pencils in. Your friend for Christmas bought your Alice stamps for me. Oh, these will be perfect then. I love the Alice stamps. That's the thing, as I said, I'm very inspired, so we're going to keep getting Alice themed things. I started drawing dies at one point as well. I just find dies hurt my head to design. Oh, something weird's occurring with my computer. Let me see if I can just... Hello, Jelly Sparkles. Right, I've got the blues out, so let's get a darker blue and a mid blue and a light blue, and we can try and disguise some of this movement of pen and bad stamping. You would share the link, but you're total technophobe and haven't got a clue. Don't worry, your scanning cat has been gathering dust since you bought it years ago. Yes, I'm the same. And then I was in Create and Craft one day, and there was a scanning cut show on, and Mel Heaton was there, and they actually brought me onto her show to teach me how to cut out one of my stamps on it. And the thing I have, the thing I struggle with is I've got one of the original models, and so you kind of have to tell it the thickness that your card is. And the later models you don't have to, and I've been so tempted to treat myself to one of the later models because of that. But then I'm kind of like thinking, I've not used the one I've got, so will I use the newer one? Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm not going on about perfect blending here, and I do find this technique helps to speed up the colouring. I use it quite a lot in lives now, because I find if you go from dark to light in your actually, sorry, I've just realised it should be on a better camera angle for you guys. Let's just move this here, because this is a better angle for colouring. And actually see what I'm doing. Right, yeah, I tend to find that if I try and get the shading sorted with just alcohol markers, I love that look. It's my preferred method of colouring, but it takes me longer. And then to kind of get a proper blend with your pencils, that takes even longer than it does with the Copics. But mixing them both together, I tend to get quite a good result. And I think in my journal as well, I also have to let go of perfection a little bit when it comes to colouring. I spent a long time learning to colour, and I can do it reasonably well, but then I tend to get to the stage of I feel like, oh no, I can't just quickly do it, it has to be perfect. Which, you know, I'm always telling you guys to embrace imperfection, so I need to learn to let go of it a little bit myself. So just getting those shadows in, similar to what we've said before. Anything, if there's something in front of something else, you will get a shadow. You see how dark that is across my hand there? And so that's why adding a shadow and a highlight to your work just helps to bring it to life a little bit, because we get those various tones in. You have the Auto Blade and you'd highly recommend it. Yeah, I maybe need to look into it, because in all honesty, obviously I do a huge amount of prep. I do a huge amount of prep for TV and for launches on my own here. And the amount of time I spend hand fussy cutting things out, and it seems like such a waste because I've got a brother scan and cut just sat there, just there. But I think I really should have a look. So I might at some point invest in one. I wonder if hubby's still watching and got his head in his hands and thinking, oh no, she's going to buy something else. Right, I am going to... Hello, Angelica. Thank you. Thank you for giving me your name. That's the only thing with Instagram. It gives me your handle name and not your actual name. So now I'm kind of going into the burnishing stage of this. To be honest, if I wasn't live, I probably still would kind of do a few more layers before starting to burnish, but you know, we're embracing the imperfection. I'm going to come back in with this mid blue a little bit because I think the transition's too harsh for me. Because I've burnished, I'm going to find it harder to lay that mid-tone back in, which is why you should go quite slowly and gently with, yes you do. So Alistair's got his head in his hands at the thought of me spending more money on more gadgets for craft. Although I'm sure, Alistair, at one point you said I should. Okay. So I am going back over all of this. Like so. So we're kind of disguising the dodgy stamp work now. So this line is quite broken. I don't know if you can see that from where the stamp didn't quite stamp properly. So I'm going to go in quite heavily with the pencil here just to give that a nice crisp line. And we'll disguise the fact that that didn't quite go to plan. And it's quite washed out at this angle. It's amazing how the different camera angles look so different in the same lighting. Hello, is it Lasty Faye 2Man? I'm sorry, on Instagram it gives me your Instagram handles and not your actual name. So, but thank you for joining us anyway. Right, we're going to get some shadow areas in, because obviously underneath her dress and behind her legs, that's going to have quite a high shadow area. So let's sort of bring that in, and then we'll take it out to mid tones on that. And she's looking a bit better already. So even if you stamp something and think, oh no, don't worry about it. Do you know, even though I've got alcohol markers and pencil on top of this stamped image, some of the colourways, can you see that patchy yellow just there? Some of the colourways from the watercolour bit that we put down, still peek through. I love that about mixed media and mixing your mediums, as you still get all of these little elements. Okay. That's looking good. Do I have a grey? We do have some blacks here, so we can sort the tights out, and then I will go back into my pencils and we will look at getting something for her hair and her skin. You're waiting for you to try that. You're waiting for me to try that name. Thank you, Sharon. That's it is fun. Trying to pronounce the names. You're always worried that you're absolutely going to butcher some of them. Get a bit of shading on our tights going on. I have to say as well, guys, that I won't be here next week because we are going to Manchester on Thursday for a few days, and we will be travelling back on the Monday. I'm not sure whether we'll quite make it back to Inverness on the Monday or whether we'll be coming back Tuesday morning, but I definitely won't be back to be able to do a live. But it's school holidays, so I will try and find a different way of doing it. Hello Jane, lovely to have you. glad I'm being a source of entertainment to you all. You just treated yourself for Easter for the stencils. Oh, thank you. Look forward to making a background. I hope you enjoy playing with them. Okay, I need to find my white pencil to finish those off. So let's just pop it back this way a second. See, so just adding a little bit of shadowing with the pencil really does help to make that look a lot better. You started a couple of the Kit and Clowder classes. Honestly, I think they're the best things. I did the Kit and Clowder classes. I worked my way through. I did the main ones. So I did the hair, the skin and hair ones, and then I did the clothes one, and then the animals one, and that kind of gave me loads of techniques. And I honestly spent about 2 years just colouring things, never making anything. And now, so that kind of taught me all my basics, and now I'm watching lots of other YouTubers and different people and seeing how they approach their colouring, and gradually sort of introducing different things. So like Elise, she'll colour all alcohol marker or all pencil, and I'm glad I learned how to do that, but I also do quite like mixing it up like this a little bit as well. And I watch Jess Cart a lot on YouTube, and she mixes up her mediums quite a bit as well. So I think it's good to learn from multiple places, but honestly I do love the Kit and Clowder classes. Highly recommend them to anyone. Right, let's pop you back here again so that we can see what's occurring. Hello ma'am, how are you? Right, so we are going to again go for those shadows. So there's going to be a shadow here, there's going to be a shadow just behind her neck just there, and then behind her face. So we get those in. Also, we've got these different strands of hair. They've also not stamped out particularly well, but now in getting our shading and our texture, we should manage to make this work. So we go underneath and get all of those shadings in. And then I'm just going to kind of flick colour. So rather than kind of put down a solid colour, I'm just flicking my pencil, and we will get a little bit of texture and help to make that. My mum's good. Thank you, mum. That's good. So now I'm going to go in with my next colour. And again, we're just going to do this flicking motion, and it's going to help the hair look a lot more natural. She says giving her bright orange hair. There's nothing really particularly natural about that. We'll maybe need to tone that down. And then I'm going over now with this paler sandy yellow. Just to blend what we've done, but we've still got those various different strands. So Janice is my mum. For all of you that's saying hi to Janice, Janice is me mum. And Gadget Boy's my husband. Okay, so I'm just going to emphasize, get the darker colour back in here and get some of this strand work back in. Like so. Right, what sort of skin colours do we have here that we can make work? Okay, so I'm going to go in with this sort of beigey colour. Again, don't be afraid to put dark colours on skin. Like, look how dark that is. And I've got really peely-wally skin, so you know, don't be afraid to go heavy with your shadows. It will help it to look far more natural if you do. I'll get a little bit of shading. So again, I've gone under her hairline because there'll be shadows. I'm not touching this side quite so much because there'll be more light getting to that. And then when we get our pinks, we will get a little bit of colour into her cheeks. We're almost done, so we'll just get a little bit of colour into her cheeks, her lips, and add a little bit of firmer detail to these little pink elements here. So let's grab some pinks out. I always feel like there's not enough pinks in the selection of Prismacolors. I mean, I've got the entire collection, but I don't know. I sort of struggle with pinks. You're looking at the full set of Prismacolors. I'm trying to think now. I got, oh my goodness. I got mine, I think I got mine from Amazon. I think. Right, let's get a little bit of colour in her cheeks, because there's not really a craft shop sort of locally that sell a full set of Prismas, so I think I got them off Amazon when I did get them. I've had them a few years now, so I can't fully remember. And then I'm blending that out with the palest skin colour so that that is quite subtle. And then I'm going to go in with a darker colour for her lips, and then a lighter one. And then let's get a little bit of depth of colour into some of these floral elements here. Just get a few multi-tones in there. And there's a few pieces here that I forgot to put a little bit of. Sorry, I was colouring that way down here and you can't even see it. Shocking. Sorry, guys. Right, let's get the detail into there, like so. And I'm just going to add a little bit of colour to her waistband as well. Hello, Crafts by Groovy Camper and Nadine Gould. Lovely to have you both with us. So what sort of crafts does everyone prefer? What do you like making the most? Or is that like a dodgy question because you like it all like me? Okay, I'm going to give her some pink shoes. Okay, right, let's put you back to this angle. You can see what's occurring. Sharon likes doing a bit of everything. Your watercolour is amazing, Sharon. You're doing a fabulous job with your watercolours. Right. I'm just mixing up my pencils on the floor here. That's the only thing with Prismas. You do have to really look after them because the slightest bash and they all start not being happy. You like doing 3D makes. Do you know I admire people that do 3D makes? Is that like mixed media 3D makes or like paper construction? Because paper construction I'm absolutely rubbish at. So I admire anybody that can do stuff like that. Right, let's see what stamps we've got in here and we can just try and build this up just a little bit more. What have we got? I feel like we need some sentiments. So let's just get a few of those. We've also got a wee bit of dodgy stamping here. Paper construction, yeah, I admire that. I'm really rubbish at it. There we go. So see just there, we've got a little mark there. So I'm thinking if we have some wordage, some stamped words, that it will help to disguise that somewhat and make it look a little bit better. I'm just trying to find an appropriate. How much time have I got? Paper crafts, cards, cross-stitch, knitting, embroidery. Hello, Tracy. Oh, Tracy's joined us on Instagram as well. Right, so let's get a little ink pad and we'll add a few bits and pieces. You've tried most craft things. I've tried most craft things and I get on okay with most of them. I actually started my journey, my mum will testify to this. I started my journey doing sewing. And the reason I started sewing was because my mum made all our clothes. She's a very good seamstress. She made all our clothes and she would make things and then I would sit there and screw up my face and go, oh, I don't like it. It pulls out a little bit here and it's a bit baggy a bit here and I'm not sure about this bit here. And in the end my mum just went, well, make it yourself. So I had to learn to sew. But my grandmother was an amazing seamstress. She used to do tailoring and stuff like that. And my great grandmother used to make teddy bears and things. So it's all very fabulous. Right. And then we're going to need a third area to put it, you know, because I like to do things in the rules of threes. It does make things a lot better to do things. Oh. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. However many there are of you on Instagram, you are very welcome. Your mum did a lot of knitting, but you've never been able to do it yourself. I quite like knitting. I have a funny story when it comes to knitting though, because I decided to knit myself a jumper. And my cousin, she's absolutely amazing at everything she does. So anything she does, she did it to perfection, first time. And so I started knitting a jumper. And then she decided she was going to knit a jumper. And of course, even though I started first, she was way ahead of me. So you know when it says like knit until it measures 6 inches or something like that, I just stood on the bottom of it and stretched it so it measured 6 inches to hurry up the process. Needless to say, when it went in the wash, it immediately shrunk. Right, I think I want to stamp some hearts, but I'm not sure where. We'll have some down here. We'll need to colour these in. I'll have those there. And then maybe one up here, like so. And I'll pull in these pencils again. Oops. But after that I did learn to knit properly. Oh, my mum's knitting while she's watching me. What are you knit? Oh, is that with the wool you bought, the green wool? Is it a scarf or a jumper you're knitting? Right, so we'll get a little bit of colour into these hearts. I've now managed to put thumbprints here. I think we're going to have to deal with all these bits with a little bit of splatter. I think we're going to have to do black splatters because I've got thumbprints everywhere now. Hi everyone, you're late, you've lost track of time, you've been watching Netflix with your hubby. That's alright. So for anyone that's joined and wasn't here at the start, we are launching the brand new stencils, which are basically the suite, the playing card suite. So we've got Heart Club, Spade and Diamond. And then we also have a sprinkle one where we've got like lots of them that you can dust everywhere, which I think we will do in just a minute. And because you guys are watching live, we have a special discount for anybody that's watching here today or watching the replay, and it's valid until Thursday. So if you use the code LIVE15, you will get a 15% off. So these are brand new today. Literally put them on the website about 10 minutes before we went live. We were cutting it fine, I'm not going to lie. Right, so we have this here. Like so. Right. Now, I'm trying to decide whether let's bring the sprinkle suite in. I feel we should have some of these and dotted in little places, and then maybe some splatters. Should we go blue? I'm a bit concerned now. Thank you, Sharon. I'm a bit concerned now that I'm going to ruin it. That's normally where I recommend that you would stop. If you get to the stage of I'm worried about ruining it, that's normally the time to stop. If it's not quite right and you're not happy, you just keep going till you are. But anyway, we'll live on the edge. Oh, that's all right actually. So let's bring a bit down here as well. I'm really looking forward to playing with these properly. So I do have an event planned, hopefully, well, whenever I manage to get it all filmed, where we will look at Alice in Wonderland in more depth. So I'm sure these will feature a lot in there. So there's going to be a loads more inspiration to come. Okay. Yeah, that's quite good. Let's just, I'm going to ground this a little bit. I'm going to get some blue and some yellow because those are the colours that we started off, and I'm going to ground this bit here. We're getting there. And we've been crafting for, well, I say we've been crafting for 50 minutes. To be honest, I was waffling for quite a lot of that time, talking about the stencils. So we've put the page together fairly quickly. I'm just going to mix that together so we get a bit of green. I just want to try and ground this somewhat. Don't know whether we need a deeper colour, whether that's quite cutting it. Let's give it a blast with the heat gun and then try again. Oh, thank you, Rianne. Thank you, girls. You're all amazing. So my design team amazing. A lot of my design team are in the live tonight, so thank you, guys. Hi, Lennox. 78. Right, so we're going to do that. And then I think I'll emphasize it with my normal scribbles. Thank you, Susan. I'm also going to come in here and do some blue splatters with this. I'm definitely going to do black splatters because I think it's going to be the only way to disguise some of the thumbprints that we've got going on. But you know, we'll do that at the end. Hello, is it Pyroska? Hi, Sabine. Sorry if I am butchering your names on Instagram. I'm so sorry. You're loving the spade tree. You can see hanging hearts, yes. See, my idea with these, and I really want to do them, but it's too long to do for a live. It'll need to be a video. I would love to actually create like a scene inside so that we stamp inside. So because we kind of stick the stencil down, as it were, and then stamp inside it and create a little Wonderland scene inside. I really want to do that. That was kind of the idea I had in my head while I designed it. But the level of colouring that I will have to do that would take forever. So that needs to be a YouTube video where I can edit to make it less painful. Right, I'm trying to see. I'm going to have to grab a green pencil from somewhere. I've got this one, which is kind of teal. I'm just going to do my usual sort of scribbles along here, just to give it a little bit of, let's see, a little bit of grinding. Do you know, I hadn't seen it as a spade tree. I'd just seen it as a spade, but now you've said that, and it's like, yeah, totally, that's what I see now. Right, so let's grab a scrap of paper so we can protect the lovely Alice, and let me see, where is my, do you know, it's been so long since I've done black splashes, I can't even remember where I keep my black splash pot. Just trying to find a scrap of paper here. Right. Let's just kind of cover her. I think it might be in this drawer next to me. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm just going to use some spray. Let's get my, oops, just before I absolutely splatter black ink everywhere. I'm just going to try and protect my desk a little bit. I'm not sure how much I'll actually manage, but that would be great to make a book shaped like a spade. Well, that's the thing, you can doodle round, because it's like a dead fancy dies, which I may do at one point, but I just thought, like, they're quite simple shapes, so they'd be quite easy to cut out, fussy cut out, or even use your scan and cut if you're somebody that actually uses it rather than use it as an ornament. Right, let's get some black splatters onto this, and then I'm just going to turn this so that we have the splatters going in 2 different directions. I always find if you do that, it looks far more organic. It always looks like the wind caught it. The splatter's going one direction. Whereas I find when you do 2 directions, it looks far more like it was meant to be. Right, let's see where we are once we've done that. I think we could be there. Yeah, it's quite good. I'm just going to, let's see if I can manage this. Sometimes when you put paper down, you end up like not getting any in a certain area. I'm trying to hide some stamping, some black fingerprints. So I'm just literally trying to make sure some splashes are right, land on the bits that I'm trying to hide. Right, let's clear this desk. I've still managed to get black spots on her face. Let's see if we can wipe it off, because it's water. I was going to say, because the Dilutions is water based and we've gone on to wax, we might be able to lift it, but we've not. We've created black smudges. Oh no, I might manage to lift it. There we go. Not rub too hard, will make your face disappear. Right. There we go. So that is what we have done. As a reminder, we've used the spade today. So we've used the spade, but we also have the club. I can't see where my masks have gone. We have the club, so a mask comes with that. A heart, we have a mask with that. The diamond and the sprinkle sheet suite, and these are all on my shop just now. We've launched them. Well, this is the live launch. We've literally just launched them now. They've only just gone on the website, and for you guys that are watching this video, there is an extra discount code. So if you use live 15, you will get a 15% discount off. So just a reminder, I will not be live next Monday because I will be traveling home from Manchester, but I will see you guys very soon. So please do tag me in all your makes on Facebook and Instagram, and I will, I love to see what you actually create. So thank you guys ever so much. I'm going to say goodbye for just now, and yeah, I will see you all very soon. So take care and goodbye. She says, trying to find her mouse. Okay, bye everyone.